there, my name is Jocelyn White, and I want to welcome you to Corsicana, Texas. You'll soon see why this is a great place to call home. Corsicana, where country meets culture.
Interstate 45 is a friendly place.
Well, Corsicana is a city that evolved on the Blackland Prairie. I believe that people came here because of the fertile farmland, and they developed a city. And then the railroads came, and then the oil boom came, and it's just a city that, for its location, of course it was aided by the railroad. It was here because the agricultural in the area and the farmland and our fertile blackland soil.
The city of Corsicana, population just under 25,000, is the county seat of Navarro County. This charming community in northeast central Texas is located 53 miles southeast of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex and 54 miles northeast of Waco. It's where oil was first discovered west of the Mississippi, and thus was the first Texas oil boom town. It's also the birthplace of Mobile, Texaco, Wolf Brand Chili, and the Collins Street Bakery.
We're at a wonderful crossroads right in the heart of the state of Texas. We're also one of only 5 places in the whole state of Texas where the Burlington Northern Railroad intersects the Union Pacific Railroad. So not only for transportation connectivity as far as residential and commercial development, also for industrial development, it's a wonderful location. We have a number of wonderful industries here. First of all, we have a Northrop Grumman Corporation, who is one of the leading defense contractors for the U.S. Department of Defense. Oil City Iron Works, that is a terrific industry. They are actually a provider of materials for Caterpillar, several different corporations such as Boeing and so forth, and they are in the metal foundry business. Well, they're one of the 50 oldest companies anywhere to be found in the United States. We also have Collins Street Bakery, home of the fruitcake, and they have been here since the early 1900s, and we are thrilled that they are both here, and they are both thriving and doing very well, and they are absolute stalwart industries here.
The oil boom founded the town back in the late 1800s. Collins Street Bakery came in right on that wave of that. It was founded in 1896, so we are part of the growth of this town.
A lot of people don't know that we're fruitcake capital of the world. Collins Street Bakery has 2 locations here now. They recently opened one out on 287-45 at Corsicana Crossings. They serve food there, so you can stop in and have lunch as well as shop. If you're coming through and want some good coffee for 10 cents, you can stop in there and pick up some samples of fruit cakes and cookies and cakes. So it's a nice place. We're very proud of them, been around forever. They put us on the map.
We also have a Home Depot distribution center here. True Value Hardware has a distribution center here. We also have a Guardian Industries has a presence here. One of their largest plants in the world is located here in Corsicana, as is Geldwin Corporation. It's one of the largest manufacturers in the world of windows and doors, and I could go on and on and on. But we have some wonderful industries here. They're great corporate citizens, wonderful employers, pay good wages, and have a very wide portfolio, as you can see, from information technology to manufacturing to distribution and logistics.
The Chamber of Commerce has actively involved in tourism, bringing people to our community, promoting the community, and we're also very interested in education and leadership. So we have a lot of programs around working with the industry, working with our ISDs, working with the workforce to try to talk about how do we keep kids in school, how do we get them on a career path, how do we meet our workforce needs. So when we bring industry here, we have an infrastructure set up, a pipeline of workforce that's readily available for them. So in a lot of communities you don't see that collaboration between industry, education, and civic leaders, but here that's happening. And that's very positive. I think when people come in, industry especially, and they look to come into a community, they're looking at the workforce and the infrastructure behind it. And we're probably one of the few communities that's really working to have put all those pieces together.
Jobs in industry are important, as are schools and churches, and of course, civic pride.
Corsicana is a very friendly community. It is an old community. The downtown area has really been coming back the last 10 years, and we've done some things at the city to help stimulate that.
Corsicana joined the Main Street program, which is established through the Texas Historical Commission here in Texas in 1985, and has consistently participated and been an official city of official Main Street city.
We have a great arts district in downtown, our historical downtown area, where we have the Palace Theater, which was a 1921 theater, the vaudeville theater that we restored. It's a state-of-the-art theater. It brings in a lot of professional shows.
Well, Corsicana is very special in that there are 30 blocks of downtown, and for a town this size, to have 30 blocks remaining is fantastic. It's also unique in that the city was established in the late 1800s, and so the town plat was originally around the courthouse. All development was occurring around the courthouse, like in most Texas cities. And then the railroad came, and so all the commercial development moved to the railroad. And so that's why our courthouse is not on a square. The brick streets are on the National Register specifically. They were built in 1915. Beaton Street is our main street, and Beaton Street was named for Alexander Beaton, who was one of our city fathers here.
Schools mentioned earlier are very important here. Corsicana schools were just rated exemplary.
We have good schools, and we have great parks and recreation areas. I think they're probably second to none to a lot of cities that I've seen. We have, in my opinion, one of the best scholarship programs for young people that decide to attend Corsicana High School, probably in the state.
We have a very vital junior college that started in 1947 or 8, right after World War II. Started at the airport, but there was a training facility there during the war, and they used some of those old barracks buildings as the initial buildings of the college. But they have a lovely campus now, and they also have a limited number of four-year degrees that you can get through Texas A&M Commerce on the local campus. So a person can get a teaching certificate, be qualified to teach school without ever leaving town, and I think that's really important.
It's one of the, I think, the fastest growing community colleges at 10,000 students and below in the United States.
From the beautiful parks to the premier educational opportunities to the arts, there is a lot to offer. And speaking of the arts, the world-class Pierce Civil War Museum is here, along with the Pierce Western Arts Collection. One of the largest planetariums in Texas is located at the Cook Center at the college. Lefty Frizzell's museum is here, as well as Pioneer Village. There is great shopping, great antiquing. And check out the Russell Stover Candies outlet, as well as Richland Chambers Lake. Here are some closing thoughts on Corsicana from those who know it and love it best.
I think the fact that it is not a big bustling city. I like a small town, and I like the feel of a small town, and I like the businesses that grow up around a small town. And being outside of the rush of the city is important to me personally. The history of the type people that have developed here, they're very much a can-do community.
It's the people that maintain and create the energy that is here. There is energy here. There is this excitement and spirit of trying things and willing to do things, and so we see a lot of color and flavor.
They should come on down, get out of the rat race in Dallas. I mean, I did. I lived in Dallas for 20 years and moved back down here 5 years ago, and it's quiet. You can hear the train whistles and the crickets chirp and the birds sing. It's just it's a slower pace.
We've been conducting several focus groups, surveys of residents, visitors, of people that are thinking of moving here, people who have been here for years, and the one common thread, there's several, but the one that keeps coming out is the people and how friendly they are. And this is, I've lived in I don't know how many different cities, and this is the friendliest city I've ever lived in, by far and above.
It's a tight community. Small makes it tight. We have one high school. You know, all the parents go to everything, they're involved. So it's just a kind of a family community.
I guess I would say the friendliness of the community, and it just has a comfortable feel about it. We, as you know, have a big new lake that's citizens of Fort Worth built for us. And a lot of folks have moved to the lake, and they all say that's a neat thing about our community. It's how comfortable and friendly it is. And a lot of those folks have really become involved in helping us do things in the city. But it's just a comfortable town.
The ease of transportation from here to get to culture if you need it in Dallas, or just, you know, being here in the country. Just the whole mix of the lifestyle, the things that are available to you. I mean, it doesn't get any better than Corsicana.
We hope you enjoyed this introduction to Corsicana, and I'd like to thank all of the people and places that made it possible. We hope soon you'll be calling our hometown your hometown.